Axis Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXISRADIO, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome to IAXIS Radio. We are the future of radio and podcast. Our reach is limitless. We embark on the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is evermore.
Do not fear. IAXIS is here to protect the sounds of our city. Let the music play.
Hello, it's me, CEO. Now let's get behind enemy lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXIS Radio.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcasts. No limit to what we do.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Get behind enemy lines with WIZZ and Gatekeeper on IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcast. They didn't come to play with y'all. Let's get it.
Best way to tell you I love you without falling flat. More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips off the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through night, I'm guided by your glow. So blessed when you check yes over no. Have a question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy and you sticking with me.
Yes.
I don't wanna forget no.
Wait, girl.
I'm gonna show you
How much
I need you.
to know that sometimes I don't know how to say it, girl. Yes. Welcome back. Happy Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Gatekeeper. This is my partner in crime.
What up? WIZZ is in the building.
And there's no need to adjust your screens. This is right. Every other Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m., IAXIS Radio, Behind the Enemy Lines podcast is live, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Now, the reason I started singing that song was, you know what I'm saying? Because cuffing season is on its way in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you got to make up for some things, I think you should go to whatever digital service you have for downloading songs and all that, and check out that, It's Been a While by Gatekeeper and Cannibal Blaze. It'll show you how to, make up for some things and get right. You understand what I'm saying? Because, all the times we need presents and turkey time coming up, you might want to get ready for that. Can I deny that?
Yes.
All right, so it's been a while. Sometimes we don't know how to say it, girl, but we're going to let you know that we kind of sorry, at least for a couple hours, right?
Maybe a minute.
Maybe a minute or two. Ladies and gentlemen, please take this time right now to share the live. This is going to be a great show for you today.
That's right.
If this is your first time coming on live with us, Behind the Enemy Lines, a podcast where we talk about relationships from the male's point of view, but we don't exclude the ladies.
And it's time to line up.
All right? You already know what we're going to do, all right?
That's
so,
right.
like I said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tag not 10, not 20, not 30, not 40, not 50. We trying to break the internet. Why not?
Yo,
we trying to break the internet. Why not?
Hey, also get the iAxis app.
That's brand new, ladies and gentlemen.
Brand
you gotta
new.
get there. And they can get it in what? The Google Play Store, right?
Yep, and the Apple Store.
In the Apple Store. I mean, you know, Apple's be hating sometimes, but Google
Wait,
Play
hold
Store.
on. Now
What?
I
'Cause
see now how you
I'm
wanna
not
do
gonna
that.
what? I'm just saying.
Listen.
The Google. Everybody got access to the Google Play. Everybody don't got access to the Apple.
Listen, you want to take the bite out of the apple.
No, we don't want to. Listen. We're going to get in the Bible
Stay in the
session.
space with your
Bible
droids,
session.
man.
Bible session, all right? Don't be biting the apple, all right? Bible session, all right? Speaking of that, we're going to have somebody that can tell you about biting the apple early, too. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Al
All right.
Williams is going to be on our special guest today, all right, ladies and gentlemen? So
The
you
voice.
really want to be in tune for this episode, right? Because this is 96.
Yes.
You can't almost make a milestone of 100. Shout out to Red in the building. She said, hey, y'all.
What up, Red?
Shout out to Red in the building, all right? You can't be on the milestone to 100 without the right people being in place. So I thought this would be a great time to bring on somebody that's been the backbone, the foundation, you know what I'm saying, in the conception of Behind the Enemy Lines and everything else that we do and we talk about, all right? So thank y'all all for tuning in. All right, if you want to call in, all right, the call-in number, 914-719-6917. Once
Give 'em
again, 914-719-6917, all right? We got a fun-filled show for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So Wiz, tell them where they can find us.
Yo, like I said, the Apple Store now. iPhone. Go download the app. You have no excuse. Yo, I was going to watch this. Yo,
listen.
Just go to the Apple Store. Even if you don't got social media and all that, get the app.
Shout out to Davon Franklin in the building.
Word up.
Community Megabytes. Make sure y'all check them out every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m.
That's right.
On IAXIS Radio. Got new music. And I want to thank him because he helped us find out Chucky's Cut for today, okay? Donnie Ross will be in the building. We got a song for him for Chucky's Cut. So make sure y'all be in tune to hear some of that. So like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Hulu, Yulu. I don't know. Whatever you got. That can digital joint that can connect us. Make sure you find us at iAXIS Radio right now and get tuned in for what we got going on, all right? Because we got
Get access to us, baby.
We got a great interview coming up, all right? Then we got the wild card, all right, coming in about 6:15. And our wild card segment is where, you know, y'all might not like what we talking about, or you might have something else to get off your chest. We give you a live opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we keep this an odd number for a reason. Because you, the people, you're the other co-host. If you got something to say, we want you to be able to say it. So you can call in or you can put it in the chat. We're gonna read it live and we're gonna address it. Sometimes we don't get to finish the topic because we got to talk to y'all and get it right, all right?
So, Gate, just tell them to line us up with their topic.
Oh, line us up. Please do that. Do that. Get in the barber seat. You know what I'm saying? You in control right now. So we got the wild card happening at 6:15. We got the pressure check happening about 6:30. Now, the pressure check is when we dig deep back into the Rolodex, right? You know, get in touch with somebody else and get their opinion. Because you might not agree with what I got going on. You might not feel that WIZZ is right. You might feel you need to hear from affected, you know what I'm saying, or an untouched source to see if they really agree with what we're talking about. Because we're talking about a spooky suspect. You know what I'm saying? When I say spooky suspect, I'm saying it on purpose. Because we're going into the mystery machine with this topic today, okay? You know what happened when, you know, they get out there, Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying, and Shaggy, and then they get to working because it's Halloween time. They get to working, right? And then when they bag the criminal, it's never who you thought it was. They rip off the mask. So that's going to be our topic. Should I tease them a little bit?
Yeah, tease
just a little bit. That's going to be our topic today, ladies and gentlemen. Mass, secret, true alignment. All right? Have you been lying? All right? Have you been lying? All right?
Hold on, let me turn my hat backwards.
Turn it backwards. Have you been lying? Okay? They say like this. Most relationships don't end because of lies. They end because the truth showed up too late. Could you believe that? Shout out to producer P in the building. That way, IAXIS Radio is a family. You help each other out. Yes, we're supposed to help each other
right.
out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's supposed to be that. So we're going to talk about the spelling later because I can't spell either. But anyway, we're going to get that right. We're going to get that right. So that's going to be the topic, ladies and gentlemen. And then shout out to Chanel Coleman in the building. You know what I'm saying? Get well soon. Also, we have Chucky's Cut happening at 6:45, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all got to make sure y'all stay in tune for that. Yonkers is in the building. Donnie Ross, you know what I'm saying? Y'all vote to keep or kill. That's our artist independent segment, okay? Also sponsored by Metal Mastermind, Ken Candelas, you know what I'm saying? At some point, we're going to get him to come on and review some of the music that y'all bringing in, so keep an eye out. He got a good ear, teacher. Shout out to him. Ken Candelas, you can find him on Facebook, or you can look up Metal Mastermind on TikTok. They have a great segment, okay? They specialize in metal music, but he's a true engineer. That's why we're going to have Al up here anyway. He's a true engineer, lover of music, composer, creator, whatever you want to get figured out about music, you might want to tap into him. I learned about him at SAE, and he teaches 3 other schools and 3 other places. So like I said, the ear is immaculate. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all get with him. Also, shout out to vocals by Jamel. You see it. Voice to Life T, ladies and gentlemen. Right. If you ain't got a cup by now, I need to know why. Put in the chat room why you ain't had a taste of Voice to Life T.
That's right.
I told you. I would challenge you. Anybody that can go on live anywhere, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, whatever device you're going to go on live, taste the tea live, and if you tell me it's nasty, I'll refund it on the spot. Tell me why if you can prove it. You know what I'm saying? That's right. I'm standing on business today, Wiz. Standing on business, man.
All right.
While we doing that, I want to remind y'all that it's Cancer Awareness Month. All right, so get some, wear some pink. I got a Cancer Awareness event coming up this week. It's a disclosed event, so I can't share too much. Make sure that y'all keep in tune, all right? Support, educate, and celebrate. That's what it's about when it comes to Cancer Week. Shout out to my Horseshoe family. Shout out to Denise Jones, Kevin Jones, all the Jones family, Teresa and all of them. They lost a family member this last weekend. You know what I mean? And it makes you realize in this times, you know what I'm saying, how important the times is that you have with your people, with your families. Get some good moments in, ladies and gentlemen. Get some happy moments. Don't just wait until we meeting up at the as Tyler Perry say, at the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to all the Joneses, all my cousins, all the family members, all my Eatawall family that support. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Reach out to me. Gatekeeper 718 behind the enemy lines. So we about to get into this interview. Like I said, Al Williams is coming up. We're gonna have him slide in a minute. Sit back and enjoy yourself. Crowd.live, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to vote to keep a killer track at 6:45. The code I'm going to give you right now, ladies and gentlemen, B5GMA, okay? B as in boy, 5 as in number 5, G as in green, green like me, M as in me, A as in apple, right? That's the code. Go to crowd.live, then come back so we can close out the show like we supposed to. So we want to know, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got a taste of the topic. Mass Secrets, True Alignment, all right? Why are you not telling all the truth, okay? Why? What are you hiding in love? That's what we want to know. Are you hiding something in love, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we want to know, okay? So we're going to get to the topic in a minute. And like I said, reaching 100, looking at the milestone, all right? We got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, you know what I'm saying, to touch on everything that's behind the enemy lines at IAXIS Radio. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to bring on Al Williams, and we're going to have a great interview, and we're going to have some fun, all right? So keep the comments coming in. We will read them at some point. If we don't read them all right now, we will read them at some point. But, Al, come on in the building now. Let's get things rolling.
The voice of IAXIS.
Yeah, voice of IAXIS Radio. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot going on. The creation, the feng shui. Shout out to all the shows that are on IAXIS Radio right now. Stay in tune for everything that we got coming up. New music. Shout out to all my brothers that's doing new music. Now that Donnie Ross, all right, y'all gonna get one song right now, but also he had the Good Eats, the Full Course Meal album is out right now on all digital platforms. So make sure y'all go and get that supported. He got that flavor, you know what I'm saying? So how you feel about what's going on with Shador while we wait for Al to come up, man?
Man, they gotta stop playing them. Gotta stop.
If Deshaun Watson comes back on before Shador plays, I'm gonna have a problem with that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So shout out to Shador and the legendary people, you know what I'm saying? up there at Deion Sanders and all his sons with everything they doing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Al Williams is in the building. I would tell y'all to clap.
Blessings.
You know what I'm saying? So clap on the other side of the screen from y'all right now. And like I said, as we go through this interview, you're gonna realize why this was important to me and Wiz to have this. Like I said, and it's almost been 3 years now, Wiz?
Longer than that.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah.
So, to see all the things that are transpiring in the entertainment world, the TV world, I want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying, for allowing a guy like me, you know what I'm saying, that didn't know what the heck he was doing, came to hang out with Wiz, and after a couple shows, I was like, I gotta get my own show. You know what I'm saying? And he could have easily turned away the door and said, young man, you don't know what you're doing. You might have to come back when you got some season on you. You know what I'm saying? But none of that. He just brought me in with open arms and made me feel appreciated and happy to be here at IAXIS Radio. So, like I said, reaching the 100 milestone, it would have been wrong to not get you up here for at least one interview before we get to 100. So, welcome,
100.
Al Williams, the voice of IAXIS Radio, to officially Behind the Enemy Lines.
Blessings, people. Blessings. The honor and the privilege to be here with you, brothers. I just want to say one thing, though.
Shoot.
The reason why I had no qualms about you doing your own show is you're a Giants fan.
Oh, thank you, baby. I'm in the building, baby.
That's all I'm saying. That's all it took. That's all it took.
Oh,
and see, remember we had that conversation about getting rid of Wiz?
Yeah.
But we realized that the competition wouldn't have been as fierce if we had gotten rid of him.
You're right.
He's a Cowboys fan.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So we let him stay. Behind enemy lines.
Behind enemy lines.
No, I thought it was, being out is favorable to the Cowboys, even lose season. So, listen, he's dedicated. He's focused.
No. Al saved you. You should
He's a believer.
You should say thank you, all right? So you get your boss act together when you know what's going on.
Why can't you just say thank you, man?
Say thank you.
I just
say thank you.
I'm gonna say thank you, and thank you for allowing me to bring a stranger in the building.
Oh,
all right. I'm saying
that's what we're here to do: turn strangers into family, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen to that.
So let's get right into it. I know you got a lot going on. We appreciate you taking the time with us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So. We on the ground floor in the building, you know what I'm saying, right now. So take us from the lobby to the penthouse, you know what I mean, and who Al Williams is and how you built from being on the ground floor or whatever you were doing, because a lot of people may not know. You got to go to social media and see, ladies and gentlemen, between vocals by Jamel and all the other famous people you're around, all the giving back you do in the communities, you've been enriched in music for a long time that I didn't even know about. So how did you get from that ground floor to where you're in the penthouse now at IAXIS Radio?
Well, it started, when I was a kid in my family. My uncle owned one of the biggest artist management companies here in New York. And when I tell you he managed the who's who in the business, and that's the thing that really inspired me. Being around the type of families that we grew up in, there's always music in the house. Somebody's always singing, somebody's always dancing, somebody always got an instrument, somebody's always doing something. So, I just took a love for music, man, at a real early age. And I remember just sitting by myself, listening to music. And my mother used to be, get up and clean up, whatever, and I'm sitting there, man, and got the radio on. And when I tell you, the music that I listened to was from country western, the classical, the R&B, and so forth and so on. There was no discrimination as far as music when I was coming up and listening to music, and I think that's what helped my diversity in my ear to grow and be trained on what real music is supposed to sound like.
So you went from, and ladies and gentlemen, that's why I tell you, I don't think role modeling plays a huge part in what's happening in your household. Rewind this back and hear what he said. I was listening to what was going around in my household, what was being played, and then the management. So you took up engineering, management, or doing music first. Which one came and which order that got you to saying, okay, you know what, I'm ready to do my own internet radio station?
So my first step, real big step into music business, I think I was 11 years old, and I told my mother I wanted a guitar for Christmas. I wanted to be able to play the guitar. I used to watch Fat Albert and Cosby Kids.
Yeah, I remember
and
that,
his brother used to be up there with the guitar. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I got the guitar for Christmas, and I took some guitar lessons for about 1.5 years. But my teacher, he was just moving kind of slow for me. I wanted to play some Earth, Wind, and Fire and some Ohio players, and I didn't want to go through all the basics and whatnot. So I joined the school band, right? And the crazy part is, we had a concert, and I didn't realize that my guitar playing was so bad that they unplugged my guitar. I'm on stage playing.
Why y'all doing
and
that?
they unplugged it from the amp. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I found out like a week or two later, because, you know, I go to practice, and everybody in there laughing, and I'm thinking I'm doing something. And it's like, yo, Al, you ain't doing nothing, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
You ain't doing nothing.
When they pull the plug, like we done seen a lot of shows back in the days when they yanked the club, the cord out the wire. You just up there jamming along, didn't even know.
Yeah, man.
So at 11
clue.
years old, not to date you too far back, but I just want y'all to get the understanding. At 11-year-old, what year that was about?
11, that would be 1970. 1970.
All right, well, you know, they did have a couple VHS and radio, so he couldn't even go home and rewatch it and know that they pulled that. I just wanted to bring that up. He couldn't even know, man. That's crazy. The digital radio and podcast space is getting crowded. You know, what do you feel sets IAXS Radio apart from other platforms? You know what I'm saying? How do you define your edge in this competitive market?
Well, the thing is, we don't follow nobody else's lead. Okay, what we do, man, is we look at what the people want. We look at an aesthetic and a design that'll be welcoming. Okay? And we also find hosts like yourself and WIZZ that know how to communicate with the people and get them engaged where they like, oh, I can't wait for the next show. You know what I mean? But I have to backtrack on that.
Yeah, go backtrack.
Originally, this IAXS Radio thing, I didn't want to be bothered with it, right? My partner, Richard Ellis, came to me. And he was like, yo, Al, I got an idea. I was talking to some people. They got this whole radio set up at Tough City, tattoo parlor up on Fordham. I think we should go look at it, and we should start our own radio station and blah, blah, blah. I was like, Rich, you know that's a lot of work, man. It's like, nah, but I'm telling you, it could be real dope. We could do it. We got partners, man. We could really get involved in this. I said, I'll do it. But the only thing I don't want it to happen is I don't want to be the only one doing the work.
Yeah.
You know? So when I went up to Tough City and I saw the layout, I was like, wow, this is dope. And for me, whenever I see something that I know I could get involved in, my creative energy just starts going. My brain was like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that. So we had a meeting, and I told the fellas, I said, look, I got a vision. I know what it's supposed to look like. Don't worry, we get together, get all the equipment, and when we're done, it's going to be amazing. So we was up at Tough City for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. You know, the reason why we left from up there is because we didn't have access to do what we really wanted to do. You know what I mean? So me and Rich and other fellas, we sat down and we were like, okay, we need to make a move. You know, let's do something else. And we wound up over at DITC. Which was a beautiful, beautiful situation. Big shout out to Showbiz and the team up there. They showed us a lot of love. And not that anything was wrong, but we kind of like outgrew the space and still we wanted to have our own, right? So fast forward 2018, we find this spot. And if you had seen it when you walked in here, you'd be like, what they gonna do with this, right? Because it didn't look like anything could be done.
Somebody else's trash.
But again, my creative wheels started rolling, man, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be amazing.
Well, I gotta give you a pat on the back, and not just because you know you my big brother. You know when you said you was gonna make the changes, I was like, it already looks perfect. What is he doing? What is he talking about? Like I kept it to myself, and I'm like, okay, let's just see where it goes. But to see the upgrades, so like I said, congratulations on just having that thought process. Because a lot of people won't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Even in relationships, you feel like you outgrowing, but sometimes you stay just because it's what you know. It's safe, you know what I mean? So it takes a lot of heart to do what you said, to leave a situation where it's not no negativity, because a lot of times that's the only time we leave.
Yeah, right.
When
absolutely.
it's a problem.
Right.
So to leave on a good foot and then take something and transform it into something like we have right now. You know, I want to thank you because look, even I look good up there. You know, I look good every day. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
We look good.
You know, I gotta be a little
We
selfish.
look good.
I gotta be a little selfish sometimes.
This guy got. Oh man, I can't.
You don't sit on that side.
Oh man,
you gonna get corroded.
Oh man.
So why you say that with the change coming? Was it always iAccess Radio, or was it another name and then you transformed? Was that always the vision when you first started it?
Well, I have to say we.
I
Right.
apologize, we.
Excuse me.
If you want, you can name the partners too if you would like.
Okay, so it's Big Rich.
Okay.
And Rich got a history out there as a party promoter. He claimed he was a ball player. I don't know about that. But Rich been around a lot of years, man, and a lot of people love him. Everybody know him. He got great contacts in the business. And then it was Santee, who was our older brother, and he moved to Costa Rica, but he's still a partner. And then me, you know what I mean? So again, between the three of us, we got world of experience, man. Of course, I've been in the music business a long time, man. You know, I produce Onyx, you know.
I'm about to get there, yeah.
I also work with GZA from Wu-Tang. I was on his management and marketing team. I work with Capadonna. I mean, you name it, man. You run the gamut. I've sat and been with so many amazing people, man, and all I've been able to do, man, is just be a sponge and absorb, you know. But one thing I want to say about iAXIS Radio is our slogan is the future of radio and podcast. There's no limit to what we do. So with that branding, right, we have to be able to grow with time, change with the aesthetics, okay, find those new things out there that we can grab a hold of to help us be consistent and stay focused on what the future holds, right? So if I stay in a void and don't look at what's going on out there, then, you know, we behind the time, and you know, technology, every 6 months, it grows. So if we don't stay up on things, then we lost after 6 months. So my thing is to always be study. I've always been a study. I see something, I sit down, I grab hold of it. How can we implement that or make this part of what we're doing?
And I must say, I got to get better with that because I'm kind of Fred Flintstone with stuff sometimes. I just like running on the floor and the wheels moving. So to see how you growing with everything, it's really a lot. Like I said, I didn't really understand that until I went to SAE for a while. So to come here and see the language, how you move, it's really a lot. So I really got to say congratulations on being able to keep up with the times. Like I said, being 11 in 1970 to now 2025 and still be moving with the times. I still be having a hard time sending an email, you know what I'm saying? So, congratulations and have patience for those people that can't do it.
But you made a statement about you being Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
But you know, Fred Flintstone's downfall was always his partner, Barney.
Golly, you right.
Right? Every time Fred tried to do something, Barney would come in and try to mess it up.
You right. You get kicked out the law.
Not true.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, this is iAccess Radio Behind the Enemy Lines. We're talking live with the voice of Behind the Enemy Lines at iAccess Radio, Al Williams, right? Make sure y'all go and look him up. Like you said, engineering, music, technology. He's been in it for a long while. What was one lesson that comes from failure that catapulted you that you might want to share with somebody that's going through where you are in your space right now?
So I grew up during a time where everybody had an older brother.
Right.
I grew up in Clinton Projects. I was probably the only kid on the block that didn't have an older brother. So that said a lot when I was out there with the other fellas because at one time I was the victim. And then I said, you know, in my life, if I don't change who I am, what I know, how to handle myself, and how I move, then I'll never be able to be successful. And this is me 7, 8 years old, you know, in elementary school. And I just, again, I'm the type of person, I see something, I grab a hold of it. Karate was big. The karate movies was big.
I still love karate.
I was like, I got to get that art, right? Then boxing came. I got to go to PAL, you know. There was a friend of mine who I went to school with in elementary school. His father taught judo, right? I was like, oh, I got to do that too, you know. So again, anything that would help me become a full-fledged person and a man when I grow up, I did it as a child. I did it as a child as much as I could do, you know, but I was here for the inception of hip-hop and how it came about and to see it manifest into what it is today. I remember it had to be either 1973 or 1974. There was this block party, and they played this record by Jimmy Castor and the Castor Bunch called Potential. Right? The bass line on that joint was crazy. And when I found out who did the record, I went home. No, first I went to Key Food, right? Packed me some bags, made me about $5 or $6 packing bags, right?
I was part of the packing bag community.
There
I
you
was
go.
a packer.
Went to the music store, got that album, and I started reading the credits and the liner notes. That's when I started being curious about production, composing, just being an instrumentalist, playing different, and I'm like, they take all of this stuff to make a record?
Yeah.
You know, and then you see the executive producers and the management and the studios and recording studios. So I was real curious, man. Yeah. And you know, I called my uncle because I knew he knew about that stuff, and he used to take me to these little spots with him, man. And I just sit back, man, and I started absorbing, man. And it's to this day, man, to this day, my mind still works the same way. You can't take me somewhere and I see it and it sparks a light. I got to know what it is.
That's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you got to have that, you know what I'm saying? Uncles, you could take us under the wing and put us in the right way, too. If you missed that when he said it, it don't got to just be the negative part of life. It can be the positive part of life. You might blossom something like this. If you could speak directly to the next generation of creators tuning in right now, what's your message?
Never let anybody stop you from doing what you feel is on your heart.
And if they couldn't understand that, because it's kind of decoded in plain terminology, what would that mean?
If you love it and the spirit draws you to it, then you perfect it and you accomplish it.
Yes, I like that. I like how you broke that down. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the voice of IAXIS Radio. He also sings in the bass. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I know the ladies be getting all riled up. You've gone from the grind to the boss. One of the bosses. I don't want no trouble. One of the bosses. What's your belief that this? What's the moment in life when you was like, you know what? I can't really believe that this is what I'm doing with my life. I know it had to come a pointed moment where you was like, am I really supposed to doing this? What was that light bulb moment that made you understand that having IAXIS Radio, being a station, having multiple shows, having to engineer multiple shows, it's like you said, it was a lot of work. What was the moment that made you say, you know what, this is what I am supposed to be doing?
When I see the response that people get when they come here and they see the success of it. Right? Well, like for you, I remember when you started and you even took the initiative to go to, I guess it was a seminar that taught on podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah.
When I saw that electrify you to be able to do that, then God let me know I'll put you here so that you could help somebody else. Right? And that's the big thing. And for me, is the spiritual side. Finding other brothers who we can bond and talk together and pray together and just be able to have the presence of the Lord when we're doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because without him, nothing's possible.
I will tell you that I'm honored to be a part of IAXIS Radio. The future, like you said, the future of everything, podcasts, music, you name it, this is where you need to be. For the people that don't know, tell them where they can find us from the voice.
IAXISRadio.com. IAXIS Radio everywhere. That's all. It's IAXIS Radio. You put it, I'm telling you, go to your Google, go to your Apple Store, go to your Safari. You go anywhere you go, YouTube, Twitch, Mixcloud, SoundCloud. Anywhere you go, you put in IAXIS Radio, before you can finish typing it in, we're going to be there right there standing in front of you.
And I want to take this time to say we're honored at this moment to be able to do something that episode 96 is allowing us to do. I want to thank the forces that are behind the scenes, Big Rich and the partners in the communities. You know, behind the enemy lines, we love to give our flowers to our brothers while they alive. You know what I mean? And we got some flowers that we're going to give to you at this moment right here. I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, episode 96, you got to tune in, ladies and gentlemen. We got the boxes with the flowers. And for all the work that you've been doing since you was 11 years old, 10 years old, 5 years old, it hasn't gone unnoticed. So once again, thanks to Big Rich being here and everybody else that contributes to this. IAXIS Radio, the future of radio, no limit to what we do, presents Alan Big Al Williams, all right? Your dedication to amplify unheard voices is truly inspiring through this platform. You not only provide a space for stories that often go untold, but also transform lives by fostering connection and understanding. Thank you for being a beacon of hope and change in the community. 2025 from Big Rich and everybody that is associated with IAXIS Radio. We love you. We appreciate you.
Wow.
I think that speaks for itself.
This is beautiful. And I can't sit here, man, and not speak to another one of my partners, man, a younger brother who has always shown me so much love and respect. He's actually the president of IAX Radio. Vito Carswell. Vito, that kid, when we got here, and I told him what I wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, he was like, he called me, hey, I got you, right? So the first IAXIS Radio intro that y'all saw with the moving parts and everybody in it, that was Vito.
Oh, really?
Vito made that happen. Yes, Vito made that happen. And I can't, I'll be remiss if I don't speak of how important he is to this organization and how important he's been to this organization. You know, so Vito, I love you, man. Love you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I love y'all. I love all of y'all. This is really dope. This is really Rich. Thank you. Thank you, man. I'm gonna say this. This is fine. But I want my $5, man. You know what I mean? This guy, man, he been owing me $5 for about 7 years, man. And he talking every time I talk to him, yo, listen, I don't mind helping people out, but if I give you $5, man, I want my $5 back. It's that simple.
Before you leave us, man, because you've been through a lot, like you said, Onyx, Wu-Tang, all types of engineering, man. You gotta give us one funny story that nobody knows. And share with us a moment that people just don't know about that will crack us up. You got to give us something. Give us something. You got too much history to not have nothing. I mean, you know, getting your cord pulled out is pretty bad, but.
So I'm gonna give you a story, right? So when I was working with Genius, this is before Wu-Tang, right? He came over to my old studio. He was like, "Yo, Big Al, there's this cat." Remember the team me and my cousins putting together? I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, there's this cat over there who said he knows you, and he said he's your cousin." I was like, "Really? Well, what's his name? And what did he call me by? Because the family calls me something else." He goes, "Well, they call him Shaquan." I don't know nobody named Shaquan, right? So he said, "I knew this guy was lying. I knew he was lying. Everybody always saying." I was like, you know, everybody knows what I did with Onyx. So if they know somebody who knows me, whatever, they always talking about.
That's that third, fourth, and fifth cousins that be hanging on the coattail sometime.
So about 2-3 weeks later, Genius invited me to their studio session, right? So I go down there, and as I walk in, this cat goes, "Oh, shit." I look up. I was like, "Shotgun?" It's like, "Yeah, what's up?" So the family calls him Shotgun, but y'all know him as Method Man.
Get out. Come on. Come on.
So he wasn't lying. And RZA, when I went to meet, because I've never met RZA before, I met him the first time that day. He was like, yo, for the first time, this dude wasn't lying.
Yeah, and you know what? And I will say that that's what I love about Al too. Like when I met him, most people can't hold their water when they know people. You always made it just about you. I think that's what I like about you the most. You accept everybody on the level that they are when they. You would never know he know all these people. He's just like, hi, I'm out. Have a good word for the Lord and come on in. I love you, brother.
Right, absolutely. Because
Am I lying?
It's not about me, really, man. It's really about purpose. So if it's something that I see that I can help you with, then I'm gonna help you. If God drop a seed on me and say, look, you need to bless somebody else, I'm gonna bless somebody else.
That's
that
dope.
simple.
Yes, that's dope, though.
You know, because I've truly been blessed. And you know, we sitting here having an interview, but I ain't go through my whole history and everything, man. When I tell you, it was tough for me growing up. You know, my father wasn't in my life. You know, I lived in an area where the gangs were so prevalent. Like, it was tough going to school every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And until I learned how to fight, you know, it was a problem.
I do understand that.
It was a problem, man. So again, this thing ain't come easy. And then, you know, I'm gonna put it this way: about time I was 18 years old, I had saw enough of life. And I said to myself, I refuse to be a statistic, to wind up in jail, right, or to be dead somewhere, right? So I went and signed up for college, and that didn't work out. So I went and joined the military, and the Air Force changed my life.
Congratulations. We're glad you're here to
my
be
life.
with us, man, because you continuing to change lives over here. So we're gonna ask you a little question about the topic, and then we're going to let you go. We know you got to work. Shout out to Davon in the background holding things down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Community
shout out
Bank
to
of Bites.
Davon.
Make sure
Helping
y'all
out today.
check them out.
The boss is in the building.
Like I said, Big Rich is in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Big Rich is in the building. I don't know about him being a boss, but Big Rich is in the building, y'all.
He's doing house calls. He got his doctor's equipment when he's doing house calls. So if you're in need of some tender loving care, you can feel free to call in, all right? Big Rich is here to talk to you. 914-719-6917. You know what I'm saying? Get the love doctor. That's what he calls it, the love doctor.
But one thing, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you a story about Big Al.
Go ahead.
Shout out to LeBrock. All right. I said, yo, because I was at another place. And I said, yo, how do I connect with your station? And he said, yo, just hit Big Al. And then I called him, and he was like, I was kind of scared. Like, well, I met him like this. And then we had a meeting, me and Red came here, and he was asking me questions, and I said, I don't know how we got on to the people I know. And I said, Twin. I said, you know Twin? He pulled up his phone to call Twin. Then he was like, he knew people that I knew. Like even the Wu-Tang story. I came working with Wu-Tang, like with the Genius, Capadonna, when he was at Razor Shark, and Ghostface and all. So it was like we was shadowing each other all around history. Even with Onyx, because I was in that Onyx video, Slam in Queens, and I was getting beat up. They was gonna slam, but it's like
As a Cowboys fan, what'd you expect? Getting beat up in the video.
I'm just saying, he always took the time. I'm saying he always took the time, even when I was sick. I'm saying he reached out to me, he said prayer, he prayed over me.
I agree.
And I'm saying, I love this man. I just want to thank you.
Yeah,
Everything that
we love
I've
you.
been
We
through,
love
you
you.
always been always at my back.
Yeah,
Thank you. You're welcome.
and I can say, like I said, he adopted me because I'm the oldest of my siblings, but to finally have two big brothers, and we said it earlier, to turn strangers in the family, that's what happened. And I didn't even know how much I needed it. You know what I'm saying? To have two guys that I could say literally I speak to every day, checking on each other every day, that I can feel free to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all too. And like Wiz said, we really love you, man. We really do. Yeah. So thank you for all the work that you do. I've seen as being a chaperone, I guess you could say. That's what they used to call them back in the days, golfers, chaperones, and all that other good stuff. I've seen what you do behind the scenes and how you really work back there when things are crashing, emails ain't right, the music ain't right, and I did not know how much really goes into engineering and putting a podcast together. So we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, and keep on being the future because we need this.
Amen. So before I go, I got it. He brought up Twin. I gotta speak to my man Twin. That dude right there, I think I met him when I was probably 16 years old. That's how far me and Twin go back. And Twin is one of the him and his brother are one of the pioneer DJs to come out of Queens. When you go to the Hip Hop Museum, when you look at the inception of what went on during that hip hop thing coming out and coming into fruition, the Disco Twins cannot be left out.
Yeah, I heard what he said. The Disco Twins cannot be left out. Question: have you seen it? Is it that new building that's on like 145th, on the bottom of 145th over there by BJ's? Because
yeah.
Because it says the Hip Hop Museum, but it looks like a hotel.
Yeah,
Is
so
it a
they
hotel
still
too?
working on it. I think they should be finished with it sometime early after January.
All right, I gotta go check that out. So y'all gotta go check that out.
Yeah.
It's right across from BJ's in the Bronx, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all do that. The topic, yes, we ain't forget the topic. Show them the award again, man. We bigger than BT. We bigger than the hip hop. Show them the award again, man.
Show 'em your
Show
flowers.
them off, man. Y'all not walking around with this type of hardware. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on here. Whoa, well, that thing's sexy. That reminds me of the Yankee
Well,
Stadium.
it's got some weight to
That's
it
what
too.
I'm saying. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This could be used as a weapon.
Yeah,
Somebody's
hit Wiz. Let's see if it works. Hit Wiz. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, you're cold. That's the only award that the Giants are gonna win this year. Al's Trophy.
Hey, that's a start. That's a start.
No, you didn't.
That's
No,
a
you
start.
didn't.
We'll take that. I mean, y'all, we know where y'all going in the first round of the playoffs. Chucky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man down.
I'm sorry.
Man down.
I'm sorry, Chucky.
Man down.
I didn't realize I was knocking you down.
So with the Halloween theme being a Halloween theme, you know what I'm saying? Masks, secrets, true alignment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. What are you hiding in love? Most relationships don't end because of lies. They end because the truth showed up too late. Al, what's your thoughts on that, man? I mean, because you have these people, when you first get with them, you meet their representative, right? All right. So we understand the representative, right? But if you still meeting the representative 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4, 10 years in, I think you are now identity theft. It's no longer a representative. If by 10 years, I don't know an inkling, you're not gonna know everything.
Right.
But if I don't know something about something in 10 years, and then I find out that you've been lying to me still after 10 years, what's our take on that, guys?
Ah, man, that's a difficult one because sometimes people could show you something and you don't see it. They could tell you something and you don't hear it. And then from your view, you're like, well, you don't tell me nothing. You never said anything about that, and they've been talking to you the whole time.
So you mean I knew she couldn't cook, I just didn't pay attention?
There you go.
Well, I
You
don't know about the
kept adding salt to the water.
Thinking it was gonna season it up?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it was gonna season it up?
Absolutely.
I still gonna tell you, like, you can't cook.
But are you going to tell her?
Oh, you gonna tell? See, that's what I mean. See, that's what I mean.
See how he
you
just changed?
slid right back too. Ooh, no.
Damn, you
So
right. Yeah.
The truth hurts.
the truth hurt. Hey, see, we gotta attack this because there's different reasons for why people do what they do. You know what I mean? Are you building a relationship based on what you really know? Or are you building around somebody's avatar, Wiz? You know what I'm saying? Is it just the avatar of the listed lies that you've been, because like I said, after 10 years, let's go some examples you should know after 10 years. Okay, you can't cook. What else? You should know after 10 years.
Her finances.
Bad with money. Okay, what else?
She's not being truthful.
Okay, but that was kind of gray. That's in the gray area.
I'm just saying she's saying she's going to work, but she's not going to work.
Whoa, deceitful.
Where's she going?
Deceitful. Yeah, where's she going with?
Listen, there's a true story. My man didn't know his girl was a stripper.
How he didn't know she wasn't a stripper?
She was working that night.
So when she came home with all ones and then make nothing stuck out?
I mean, they didn't live together, but I'm just saying is
When he went to visit the house and the pole was in the living room, he didn't figure nothing out?
Like I said, sometimes people could tell you things and you don't know.
yeah, I tell you.
You see what you want to see,
Right, you see
hear
what
what
you
you
wanna-
want to hear.
right.
Oh, so that's what it is. Your man knew he didn't want to take it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I had some crazy facts. I'm gonna read your comments in a minute. Keep on coming, ladies and gentlemen. But it said a crazy number. Let me get back to this because it was funny that a study said right, found that nearly 60% of people admit they keep it secret. 60%.
Damn.
See, now this is after we done been together for a while now, Al. And I'm not saying you got to tell everything all on date one, because you feel like some people should feel they should know up front. How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
How would you take it if somebody tells you this is a lot to intake at day one? How would you like, if pure honesty, some things that you might not agree, some things you agree with, but a lot of stuff you take?
I'm gonna let Al go with that one first.
So again, there's a growth period in everything. You can't receive everything in one day. And if you're planning on fulfilling a relationship that prospers, then as you grow in that relationship, then things are revealed. Okay? And it can't be, oh, you were keeping it from me, but I can't tell you everything in one day. I got to give you a chance to process and get used to me. Okay?
The new generation is saying they need to know ASAP. Like yesterday, they
Then they
want to
don't want
know your
relationships.
body count. They want to know what your food stamp card is saying. They want to know if you're trying to get your credit right. If you don't go and tell them these things now, Al, they consider that as cheating, man.
So let me show you the ignorance in this, right?
Uh-huh.
You meet a young lady, right? And she's been living for a little time, right? Now, me as a man, for me to think or expect that she hasn't had any other type of relationships, something's wrong with my psyche. So the first thing is you cannot go into a relationship and then something happens or you find out that she used to do this or do that and then you upset. That makes no sense.
Wiz, why you be getting upset, Wiz?
I'm gonna tell you this.
He upset. Turn his hat to the back.
Because it's so, we live in this thing that social media has this perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody think like it's a perfect world. This don't go on. She's beautiful. She like this, and until they start cracking, then give you little descriptions and start posting with a heart breakup, and then people want to know your business. But see, everybody think that everybody's perfect. Sometimes it's a lot of times it has to deal with accountability with each other, and that's a tough pill to swallow.
I don't know why accountability is so hard for women. Somebody got to put me on one day. I've heard it. This seems like it be a current thing. But I think more men are open to accountability than women.
We don't get called for it because when we be accountable, we get attacked.
But who's attacking us? Is it the woman or
woman
is it?
attack us.
Because I feel like men do get called out.
Yeah, when you
All the time.
Yeah, I feel like men get called
Men
out
get
all the
called
time.
out all the time.
That's why
Yeah,
they
we
hold
get
their
called out all
tongue.
the time. I don't think men. I mean, I'm not saying and I know how the women feel. You know, he's always taking up for the guys because it's a podcast with men, and it's all about how they feel. Mm-hmm. What we feel is important is wrapped up in our emotions, and it leads to our behaviors in certain aspects. Because you got trauma that plays a part on us men, right? And it affects women too. But I think when men get called out, I think they step to the plate.
You know, I think this life we live in right now, I think we've been prepared. Because let me give you a perfect example. You like video games?
I love them. Never get to play though.
Okay. A lot of us love video games. Me, I like them, but I don't play them. But you understand that every video game has a novice stage and then it has an advanced stage, right?
I agree.
And as you play that game, every level you get to, you run into obstacles, right? And every time you run into those obstacles, it's a challenge for you. But through perseverance, you get through to get to the next level. So why don't we apply that to our relationships, right? Because no relationship is ever going to be easy, especially if you're growing as human beings, right? And more you grow, the more you receive, the more wisdom and understanding you have, and what you used to believe or think of 5 years ago, that's no longer in your repertoire. You don't believe those things because you matured, right? So as you mature, you might tell your partner, you know what, I'm not with this no more. And not to be negative, but I think we can do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G differently now, because when we were younger, we just really didn't care about how it got done, right? So again, like those video games, you get to that next level, there's some challenges, but do you throw it all away? Because now you're like, well, when we first got together, you didn't say it, but I'm a different person now because I'm growing. And if you don't expect me to grow or anticipate me growing as a human being, then you're not with the right person.
Not with the right person. And you know what's crazy? I love that analogy. But I tell you, Wiz, you know what the game got messed up with? When they came out with memory cards. Memory cards, and then people, because see, back in the days, we used to have to go to the actual store to rent a movie, right? So they used to have the movie section, they had the video game section. You remember, right? And then, you know, they had the naughty section back there, too. So we used to love go get the games, so we go to the naughty section, right? But then someone had a genius idea that was the worst idea, and this is where I think really messed it up. They came up with the book to tell you how to beat the levels without putting the time in.
Thank you.
So that's what I think a lot of these relationships are going through, is that y'all getting these books by looking at other people's relationships, looking at other situations, not putting in the work, skipping zones. When I started playing Mario Brothers, I could not skip. Do you know how sometimes you didn't want to turn your game off, because if you did, you had to start all over again. So when you was at a level, you did not even want to go back. But you know what? When you did die, you knew what to expect going to that next level, because you had played those boards so many times that you knew it. And I think that's what messed up the game and the analogy. But I definitely get it. We got to get back to where we're not afraid to put the work in. And also, that's what this topic is about. Because when you're talking about being aligned, you know, that's what it's called about. The alignment is being seen, heard, and accepted.
Okay. So do you realize that for every level of success you reach, that there's a ground level?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's another ladder that you have to get so that you can get familiar with that new level, right? Until you perfect it. And now you at the peak. Now it's time for you to leave that level and go on. That's life in itself. We cannot continue to move in this life and not anticipate that there's still going to be some dark times, some sad times, some things we got to contend with. You know what I mean? If we go in it with the right mind, then it's all joy. Yeah. Because you anticipate, I knew this was going to happen, so.
This is what it is.
It is.
It is.
That's why discernment is everything.
Actually, I was just talking to my moms about that, is that you realize now that you need uncomfortableness to become better. You know what I'm saying? You need some tragedy every now and then. You need some conflict every now and then, because that's what's going to get you more seasoned for that next level.
Thank you.
So like you said, a study says 60% of people admit to keeping secrets from their partners, with some secrets potentially trust communication over the time. You know what I'm saying? It erodes the trust and communication. You know what I mean? 60%. Are you in the 60%, Wiz? No comment. Look at him. Look at him. He's scared. Don't be scared. We got the witness protection program. Are you in the 60%?
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Of course he is. They lost 60% of their game.
He's in the 60%, ladies and gentlemen. Are you in the 60%? Don't be afraid to put it in the chat. How long you been with your partner? You know what I'm saying? And you in the mystery machine. They think they done got the right ghost, and they'll pull off the mask and it's you.
So, Gay, you're quoting some statistics there, right? And the data. My only question about that data.
Oh, we got a call.
Let me get this call. Hold on.
And don't forget that. Turn on your mic when you go back there. Somebody call in. We done started some stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you can win an award too. You know, 60%. You heard what he said, ladies. That's 60%. We gonna caller, you live on Behind Enemy Lines. You with Gatekeeper or Wiz? Are we not? Oh, caller, call back.
Call back.
Call back. Wiz ain't pay his part of the rent. So, like I said, 60%, right? Said that could be eroding the trust and the communication in a relationship, right? Then you have financial infidelity, such as hiding purchases or debits. Ladies, this is when y'all come to the front of the congregation for hiding stuff, Wiz.
That's right.
Hiding purchases, right?
Hiding in the closet.
Approximately 27% individuals with 53% engaging in behaviors that could classify as financial infidelity, Wiz. How you feel about that? Caller, you're live on Behind the Enemy Lines. This is the Gatekeeper. You got Al, the championship winner, right there, as you can see him with the plaque. And you got my brother Wiz. Who's the caller?
Oh, this is D Chorus. I just want to shout my good brother Al out, man.
What's
That's
up,
right,
D?
brother Al.
How you doing, man?
How you
Blessings to you.
God bless you, brother. I could not, you know, I got to call in, man. Like, what they saying up there is 100%, man. I never felt so comfortable being around somebody, just meeting them, man. So, like, you definitely got that touch, man. God bless you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, man. Blessings to you as well.
D-Course, we always appreciate you, man, for checking in on Behind the Enemy Lines. Always a friend to the show, man. We appreciate everything you do, man. Tell them where to go to find your links and everything you got going on. What's coming up next, man?
Well, the website going to be about another week. So we're going to be rocking and rolling in a week.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And for y'all that don't know, he got a movie that's out that he's putting on the website. So it's not just a website. It's a movie that's going to be up there for y'all to check out. Tell them the name of the movie real quick, D.
It's called You Got the
Power for an Hour.
Yeah.
Al, you got the power for an hour.
For an hour.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask
Go
you this
ahead.
question before you get out of here, man. Cause we talking about, identity theft. That's what I'm gonna call it from now. Identity theft. You know what I'm saying? You in a relationship with somebody that been lying for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? 30 years. And then you don't finally find out that they've been tapping your bank account every month for $100. How you feel? How you feel about the mask, the secrets, and the alignment in the relationship? How do we get there? Do you feel that, people should be more upfront early in the relationship, or it should be broken down in portions that the partner can take it in?
Well, I'm going to say it depends on the value of the woman or the man, right? If you buy a loaf of bread and you don't eat it for 2 days, and then you decide on the third day you want to eat bread, but the first two rows got mold, do you throw the whole loaf away?
Al, I'm gonna let you go with that first. Al, you got the seniority here.
But for me, if we talking about bread and molded, that means that those spores are already in that bag. So yeah, I'm gonna throw the whole bag away.
Oh, I like that. You got a lot of people that work around the mold nowadays, Al. What's up, WIZZ? Y'all know people eating that moldy bread. Don't act like it ain't just me.
No, I don't eat. No, I gotta throw the whole thing out. I can't put some peanut butter and jelly over that.
If you just put a lot of peanut butter, it just be a little hard.
Oh. And the first two breads gone. Anyway.
Hold on. I just heard the good brother Al talk about hard times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So coming from where we come from,
we ain't throwing it out.
Got it. We ain't throwing it out.
We ain't throwing it out. Al, what's going on?
Let me tell you how it happened with me, right? Me and my family, before that bread could even think about getting molded, it was gone. Because we wasn't sure if we was going to get another one. And whatever's in that house, we was able to eat. Listen,
I'm from the cheese and the cardboard era. I'm from the raisins. I'm from, the pork written on the can. We ain't throwing out that whole damn loaf.
And the reason why mine's is gone because when I went to McDonald's, we got hamburgers at home.
Oh, yo, shout out to everybody that's putting in.
I'm gonna rip the bag and eat the bread from the back, Al. I'm sorry, man. I'm not doing that.
And that's what's happening in the relationships. I'm gonna try to read some of them from here.
Since producer P said, throw the whole thing away. Everything is contaminated.
That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? That's the people when you went to their house, they never had kabooms. They never had, Captain Crunch. They had the good cereals. You know what I'm saying? If you had kabooms.
Kaboom was good.
That was our lucky charm. Kaboom was my
King
joint.
Vitamin. Oh my God.
Hey, we couldn't wait to cut the mask out on the back and fight for him.
Come on, man.
What?
Yeah.
Huh? Look, producer be talking about what is that? You ain't grow up in the struggle. That's why you throwing the whole bread away, man.
Raisins.
The raisins. Come on, the small joint.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, D-Course, we want to shout you out, man. Thanks for tuning in and showing our love. We appreciate you. You got the power for an hour that's out right now. You know what I'm saying? True success story of an underachiever. Go cop the book. Follow D-Course on his Instagrams. D-Course, second chance. Also, he looks out for the youth. He's giving them a second chance.
Amen.
So we're not going to hold you on the line too much. Please get in the chat and type it on there so that people can follow you, all right?
Vocals by Jamel says, throw it out.
Throw it out. That's right. And when she said question mark to the kabooms. Kabooms is the classic
cereal.
You ain't been in the struggle. You ain't had kaboom, baby.
The clowns on the box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They need to bring that back.
It tastes like Captain Crunch a little bit. Yeah.
I love me some kabooms, man. I love some kabooms. Anybody else that want to call in and speak to Al, make sure y'all call in right now, man. The phone lines is open 914-719-6917. All right.
Peace, Tug of War. What's
shout out
going
to
on,
everybody that's on
y'all.
the chat.
Take care, man.
All right,
You too,
cool.
brother. Thank you.
Dedicated David said, every time the representative is present, but in 10 years is still so much unsaid or left out. True facts to not seeing and hearing what is in front of you. I mean, I get it, but if you're hiding, Wiz, what are some of the reasons y'all would hide something?
Because a lot of times, like I said, you build up this persona of yourself. You don't want to make you don't want to show them, like, you start telling them the truth, then they're gonna question everything.
I got out. Why?
So for me, I don't believe in not speaking the truth. Okay? So my problem is that don't ask me because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Bottom line. Don't tell me you want to know about something because I'm gonna tell you everything. And once I tell you, that's it. Don't come back and ask me after I done told you 15 times.
And it's okay if it hurts. And once again, I'm not saying on the first date, you don't gotta go tell them, like, listen, my credit score is 200 and I sleep only with you every other Wednesday and I never really cooked fried chicken before, but I love to serve it. You don't gotta tell them all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you start building, and if you're not building in the right way, and I heard somebody said also, it was one of the skits, the dude was like, okay, go ahead, build your walls. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me everything, but when you building that wall, you keeping out something bad, but you're also keeping out something good.
Yes.
Okay?
Well, it depends on the wall, because sometimes, and I'm going to tell you like this, there's some women who grew up in some difficult times, right? And so many bad things has happened to them. They build a wall, right, to strengthen themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they're strengthened enough, believe me, they're going to sit down with you and let you know everything.
Ladies, I need to know, are you going to sit down and let me know everything? I don't think, well, do I need to know everything about everything? Nah.
Well, not
50-50.
everything, but
I don't
enough so
everything
that you know why they had that wall
Right,
up.
because enough for me to know, okay, like there was another scenario where a dude was like, yeah, I was in the club, you know what I'm saying? And my girl told my girl, then I introduced my girl to my man, and my man looking at me like, oh, I know your girl, all right. I don't want to have to be in that type of situation. Tell me you slept with Wiz. I mean, not right now, not now.
Hold on. But see, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Not now. Keisha, he's a good man. He ain't do nothing wrong. That just came out wrong. Keisha, you know, Taurus, we in the building. Wiz?
But see, this is what I'm talking about, man. You can't be with an individual, especially somebody you know used to hang out, whatever, and then you go to the club and a guy's looking at her funny. And you got a problem. Well, did you sleep with him? What?
Nah,
Come on,
Al, not my guy. Not a guy. My guy.
But hold on. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. If that's your guy, then you've been around him long enough, then you would have know who he's been around.
But see, now that taps in the guy code, right? Is it a bad thing that I should come and tell you before your girl had a chance to tell you? How we feel about that? Because in guy code, that's like 50-50. Well, I'm just saying.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say this.
Here's the thing for me. If I love you,
shout out to Mac White.
If I love you, truly love you, and you didn't know nothing about that, I'm not gonna do anything to hurt you. I'm gonna let her know, like, listen, that's a good dude. That's my people. You better not hurt him.
And forget that. You got about 72 hours. What movie that was it? I'm telling.
Nah, because it ain't always good. Because then once you're told, then you want to know, well, why didn't you tell me? But maybe she ain't know that was your people.
Still gonna be on his back of his mind. He's not gonna. He's not
gonna like the movie. What was the name of the movie? What's the name? Slept with
the 5 Heartbeats.
No, not the 5 Heartbeats. No. When he hung him, when Lance hung him over the roof, damn near.
God.
Best man. No, see now when
but
you that
was
close,
different. They was in a relationship. She was in a relationship with Lance first.
But they was in college.
They was in college.
They was in college.
She did her get back at Lance with his friend.
But see, Lance did cheat. I mean, he was.
That's
an
not
athlete,
like the 5 heartbreaks. I know. I've been with you.
You shy, brother. You shy, brother. You know we just running game. But no, I'm just saying. So are we teetering on guy code versus what we should be telling? Because I came up with a little list and y'all can add stuff to it. Why they keep on the Scooby-Doo mask and you go pull it off and find out who's under it. Zoinks! You know what I'm saying?
Scooby-Doo.
And some of the reasons that we had on there was where was I at? Fear of rejection, shame, trauma, control. You know, are those things really the reasons why you decide to hold back and not tell a person?
For insecure people, of course.
Is there ever a time to get over being insecure?
Well, that comes with maturity. Again, when we grow according to the way we've been purposed, right? When you finally reach a certain level in life and that wisdom, I mean, real, truthful, trusting wisdom envelops you, then things like that don't bother you anymore.
And you know, I will say, and everybody always said every time they get on, I'll never wife a woman that had a lot of partners, or I'll never wife a woman that has this type of job. Key said when you mentioned a minute ago, of being a stripper. If you love that person in this real connection, I don't think there's a time or place where you say, I'm not going to, because you just don't know.
There you go.
Right? So break it down to me in layers, then maybe I can take it. But at 45, if you're still worrying about the things that look good on the superficial, you know what I'm saying, on the top, on Instagram, on what your girlfriend is telling you, could you ever get past those levels of shame? Because I think it's the people around you just as much as it is the partner that you're with. What y'all think about that?
Let me help you with that.
Go ahead.
So you got a garden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got and you got a bunch of seeds that grow the same type of tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you keep putting those seeds in that dirt to grow the same type of tree, you're going to get the same type of results.
Do the same thing, get the same result. Styles P said that. Come on, we got to get better, ladies and gentlemen. Spread it around. Have some variety. You know what I'm saying? Also, I had social media, images, culture, the cost of secrets. Do holding a secret, Wiz, and I'm going to start with you back there, Wiz. When you hold the secret, is it a cost? Does it do something to you in your relationship?
Yeah. Because sometimes it depends on the secret. But a lot of times it builds that trust. It's still with that trust. Like, why you couldn't tell me? Was it that real? And like this, you know what I'm saying? You have to, you know, depends on that secret. Like, if like you talking about, okay, give me an example. Like, if a friend don't tell or she don't tell that she slept with his boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even the simplest thing, okay, her having a secret bank account that you don't know about.
Oh, yeah. But I still say sometimes you have to be honest. That secret comes kind of take, because you'll never, you build that, that's omitting. Men is just as far as lying and cheating. Because you can't build that trust, because why you didn't feel comfortable of telling me that.
Let me go ahead and make sure we ain't miss no comments up here. The whole thing is contained. We heard that. Kabooms. What up, y'all? The best man, they said, the safer you feel in a relationship, the faster the walls can crumble. Is that true? How y'all feel about that? Shout out to Ortega on the building saying that the safer you feel in a relationship, the faster the walls come down. Y'all true or false with that? How y'all feel?
It depends on the relationship's maturity. If you got a good person who's a ride or die, and y'all ride and die together, and y'all doing things together, and y'all building together, then the relationship won't crumble, because you know about how concrete works, right?
Yes, sir.
When you put a layer on top of a layer, and a layer on top, you don't do nothing but go up, right? And in order for you to break that down, you got to break it down by every level, or put a bomb at the bottom, right?
You have a wrecking ball.
Right.
I just say sometimes when you get caught up in the representative and you get that fool's gold, you gotta be careful with that. I think a lot of times in these relationships, you got people that get fooled by what they see in a short amount of time, and then they pull down their protection walls. You know what I'm saying? Then something happens, and then it's like the walls don't just go back up; they go back up, way up for the next person that got to deal with that type of situation.
Look, safety and trust won't break the walls down. It'll help build the house together. Okay, that's tug of war.
Who's this tug of war? They always talking that talk. You know what I'm saying?
Let me bring this TV closer, man, so we can read the comments.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, 6:15, about 6:15 or so, we're gonna hop into a wild card. Y'all gotta come on. Tell us what y'all think about what's going on. The course of secrets. Emotional distance is what I had on there, and that's creating walls. What else I had on there? I had common relationships, secrets, finances, past traumas? Are there certain traumas that you just never want to talk about? Or is there some traumas that you feel a person should be getting into at a certain trimester in a relationship?
So here's one thing for me. When I was 15 years old, I almost drowned, right? And it was such a bad experience that I blocked it out till I was probably 40 years old. And I went to a psychiatrist that helped me to remember what had happened, right? But even after that, I refused to talk to anybody about that because of how it made me feel. So am I being deceiving? Am I omitting? Am I keeping secrets? Or am I protecting my heart and what and my own feeling? Because I'm not ready to come face to face with that demon.
Now, if it's affecting your relationship to the point where, say, you and your partner can't go to the beach, or we can't go to Miami, or we can't go anywhere near water because that fear is still holding you from what?
I'm glad you asked that question, because let me tell you about Big Al. After that experience, I learned how to swim.
See, but and see, y'all need to take note of that.
He got back on that horse.
He kept certain things to himself, but he knew he had to work on something, and he worked on it to where it didn't affect our relationship. How many times do people know that you have something to work on, but you refuse to work on it, so it's affecting your relationships? How about that, Wiz? So once again, that is keeping you from having that true alignment.
It's like the Cowboys. They keep hiring these bum quarterbacks and these bum linemen. That's why they can't win no Super Bowls.
Wiz?
Jerry Jones. All they had to do was get rid of Jerry Jones.
How you gonna get rid of the owner, man? He ain't going nowhere.
He a bum too.
Yeah, he is a bum, but he's a bum with the
Jerry-
keys to
get
the
rid-
mansion.
Hey, get rid of Jerry Jones. That's all.
Why don't you just jump ship, man, and come over to the Giants? Wouldn't you feel better?
You know you will.
Wiz, come on,
It's never
man.
happen. You see, you trust.
You already wearing blue.
You see where he brought the war at, right? But right by.
Bring this
right
back
by,
over here.
Right
We
by.
was hoping,
by couch, 'cause
we
you
was
know.
hoping some good luck will rub off on you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like it takes a lot to unveil the mask. And the purpose of having this conversation with y'all right now is to realize that this is a you issue. It's not your it's not just your partner's problem. And I think a lot of people think that every time they have a problem in a relationship, it's just a natural thing to be like, oh, it's Wiz's fault. Oh, it's Al's fault. Oh, it's the corner store's fault. It's everybody's fault but yours. So when we bring up the topic about the mask, it's about you revealing to yourself first the problems that you have to attack. So maybe it won't leak into your relationship and we can have more healthy relationship, ladies and gentlemen. That's the goal is. How many of us won't even admit to yourself that you're wearing the mask? Would you admit it? Like, I'm seriously, in a relationship. At what age can I say, you guys, is that men, we ain't afraid to say it. At what age did you stop lying to yourself and say, you know what, I got to do some working on me?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. When you start having children.
Bingo, as they say in New York, bing bong.
Once.
Yeah. Because you gotta, when you at that age of that level, but you have to be truthful with yourself.
I think the faster what's that? I don't mess up your self-image. What?
Hello.
Oh, it's that
How do I mess up
your
your self-image? Cat Williams' voice. Oh.
Listen, you can do that real fast. You know what I'm saying?
But just like what our host said last week. I'd rather live in my truth than die by living a lie.
Well, I think how many people and I want y'all to really be honest in the chat room. How many people would rather live by their truth? No, say it again. Make sure I get it right. Live by my truth than to die by my lies. Because that is a very, very strong statement. But how many people you think are really, really doing that? Y'all honest opinion. Let's just out of 100%. Yeah, just pick a number y'all think really fit people.
That might be like 60s or 70s.
You said,
Gotta be the maturity like that. It's gotta be somebody who is honest with themselves.
See, if I see when you ask questions, the first thing I do is I look at life and experience.
Thank you. Yeah, you gotta do that.
And again, a lot of these questions and the data comes from a time period of when it was prevalent, right? But what happens 10 years from now after that analysis was taken? Is that data still the same? Because those people have grown and matured. So their behaviors are different. You know what I mean? So again, we all come through that place. I'm gonna put it to you like this: 100% of us get it wrong before we get it right.
That's what. See but that's what. See when I pick around, that's the type of knowledge that you get. You know what I'm saying? Because we might not be able to get the no, because are people willing to even answer the question honestly, even though they're a little bit older? You know what I mean? Am I still doing stuff to fit in, or I'm finally at a point where I can say, you know what? Yes, I'm one of those ones in the 5%, the 10%, but you know it's the right percent. You understand what I'm saying? So I always try to, whenever I'm looking for information, try to get those studies that show futuristic as well. And sometimes it's hard because you don't know how people are going to vote or if they're going to tell the truth. But there's a lot of people that's not going to live by that. You know what I'm saying? They rather keep the mask on because they're getting what they want. Because, see, that's the big thing, too. If you're getting what you want, why would you stop and tell the truth now?
Well, that I understand. Because WIZZ keep wearing this cowboy paraphernalia and they keep losing. He getting what he want. He getting the loss.
Can I say something?
He gonna turn the hat to the front now.
I give you a percentage of my gifts that be from the cat. This hoodie was a gift. This hat was a gift. So, you support it.
Oh, so we the problem. See, he didn't want to take the mask off. He's the problem. But if you are in a relationship and you're working on certain things, be patient. Even if you find out something that you didn't know, don't just run for the door. Don't just start set a bonfire. You know what I'm saying? The mask makes people too comfortable. Yes, I mean, and I want y'all to get the word out for the future that it's okay to take off the mask. Amen. It's okay to be, that's the alignment part. So when we talked about the mask, you know what I'm saying? It's because you had trauma. We all have trauma, and trauma is needed for you to grow into the best individual you possibly can be. Because somebody come open the door. Sorry, Producer P, can you get the door? Damn, I forgot what I was saying. That was such a funny one. We want you to get from being able to wear the mask to just fit in and get a partner to opening up. And this is how you got to do it, man, because you want to have an alignment with your partner. That doesn't mean that everything is perfect. There's a limit to
patience and secrets.
What do you mean by that? There's a limit. What do y'all get with that? There's a limit? Yeah. There's a limit to being patient with secrets. Do y'all feel like there's a limit?
Yeah.
Well, so where do you feel the limit, guys?
Well, again, there comes a time where you mature. Do you still lie about taking the garbage out and you know you ain't take the garbage out? You know what I mean? And those are things that instead of just saying, look, I don't feel like doing it, instead of lying saying you did it. You know what I mean? Again, maturity. Me, I would be like, I don't feel like doing it. I'm not going to say I did it. Because when you go look, you're going to see it wasn't
I had
done.
to learn that. I had to learn that because early stage, I'd be like, little stuff. Like, you didn't get my text, I wanted you to stop at the store. Oh, I didn't get it. I saw the text.
Well, see, I'm glad we finally opened.
That's a good one.
That's
man.
a good one.
I forgot. I just came upstairs. I forgot.
And you know what? I would say there's 100% of us that's probably done that as well. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to tell stuff like that.
Vocals.
So shout out to Vocals by Jamel in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. Alignment. We want to be aligned with our partner. That doesn't mean we're not going to have hard times. That doesn't mean we're not going to have challenging times. Sometimes you can wake up and kiss each other. The next minute y'all argue for 5 minutes, then we come back later. It's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened. Too many secrets looks like deception. How y'all feel about that?
Well, if they're continuous and it's something that the person is doing all the time, then yeah, they're trying to deceive you.
All right, so let me ask you like this. Could lying be a behavior?
Of course.
How do you diagnose it? If it's a behavior or is it just being done?
But like schizophrenia, like paranoia, lying can become an addiction to some people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it becomes a sickness. So are they lying because they want to lie to you, or they're lying because they're having a sickness? And those are the things that we have to delve into and look at as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, shout out to Dave Honker. When he said that, that's when we think about it even more. Like, is it Because some people say they can't stop lying. They just do it. They don't even mean to do it, but they just do it. You know what I'm saying? So
like Cowboys fans always talking about they're gonna win a chip.
This is our year. This is our year. This is our year.
This is our year. They're lying.
We them boys.
We them boys. And then
you got them girls too.
Then you got the nerve to come here talking about no homo, but we them boys. Yeah, man, get on out here,
They
man.
them girls too.
You know what I'm saying? We want you to be in alignment. So to get that alignment, you got to start working off small. Like I said, if you speed dating, you don't got to tell me everything during the speed date. But if we make it past a year, tell me something. It don't got to be the biggest secret. I feel, you know what? We should make it every anniversary, you tell your partner a secret that they didn't know. How about that?
Listen.
It depends on the maturity of the partner. Because they're going to be like, well, why you didn't tell me before?
You had to get to level 5. You can't just get the bonus at 1. For every year, you find out a secret that matches that year.
So if it's a level, trouble right now.
I'm not starting trouble.
Now you getting, no, I'm saying, because now, no, let's think about it.
What?
2 weeks ago, you want to get evaluations, a relationship evaluation now. Come on now, we can report
anniversary
secret.
Secret. You know what I'm saying? You got one for on year 1, year 2, year 3, and then if they mess up year 3, they got to go back to year 1.
Listen,
I like that.
If you can't take the pressure, if you mess up on year 3 and you have a emotional breakdown or you hit me with a table or something, I'm going back to year 1. All right, Big Rich in the building. We always love you. We appreciate you. We'll be ready. We'll be ready. We'll be ready. So, you know, when you think about that, how would you like that, Al? Because in the video game, if you mess up, you gotta go back to the stage 1. No memory card. You can't keep the memory card.
Right.
And no cheat book.
That.
No memory card.
You had
no
to make sure you had it full.
Oh my God. That 64 gigabyte scene went fast when you really was playing the game you like. So take it easy. Give it to us in small doses, all right? These are the keys to get from the mask, the secret, to the ultimate goal is to have an alignment with your partner. You can have a disagreement, you know what I'm saying? It ain't the end of the world. We can work on this, all right?
That's true, but that's the most important thing is to have alignment with your partner. You got to have the uncomfortable conversation.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. And you know what I've been learning as of lately, and I would say the last 5 years, uncomfortable is a good thing. Because when you're uncomfortable, it means you're growing. Okay? They gave us a scenario about a seed turning into a tree. It had to get uncomfortable, pop out that seed. And then that little limb had to get strong enough to pop out that soil. And then it had continued to take in the light and everything else to grow. And how many stories that tree might have had?
So I gotta admit something. Keisha, I'm sorry. I saw the text about the ice, but I got in the house and I was going back to the store. I'm sorry if you're listening. Sorry.
Hey, look, you trying to
did.
It's called being accountable.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, let's be accountable.
It happened a couple of weeks ago, but I'm being accountable right now.
See, and if we didn't have this uncomfortable conveation, he wouldn't have been able to step up to the plate.
I never got that text.
But see, sometimes you got to stick to your guns. I ain't see the text.
That's a secret. I don't know what level you got to get to that secret.
Some people make you go back in the store like, what? Well, go get the ice now.
Unbelievable. So, like I said, give it to him in doses as a partner. Practice being honest with yourself first and foremost, okay? That is number 1 for me. Even though when you give it to me in doses, I think you have to already have had that conversation with yourself so you feel okay. So you shouldn't be ashamed. You shouldn't be sorry. You shouldn't feel like, why did I say that? And is he going to run for the hills? You know what I mean? Because life is about ups and downs. I think the only time it stays stable is when you're no longer here. Or static. They call it static when it's stable. When they call it in the doctor's office. You know, when you got the lines, it goes up and down. And then flatline. That's flatline. That's what I look for. The only time when it's flatline, but in life, it goes up and it goes down. So you're trying
to say me not going to this line about right now about the
store. You might be flatline.
Yeah,
you might be flatline.
Wiz, you need to be careful, man.
Being honest with yourself is needed. Yes, that is
not only
key.
is needed, it's necessary.
Necessary?
Because you cannot be in a relationship and anticipate your partner doing something and you're not able to do it. You have to be the example.
I agree.
You have to stand 10 toes down. You got to have a standard, and you got to say, okay, if I want to be better, if I want her to be better, I have to be better.
Okay.
I have to be. You cannot put that type of weight on another human being if you're not willing to go the gamut yourself.
Fellas, I see y'all in the background. Do you know how many people when Al said that pulled back down the mask? We're like, you know what? I ain't letting her off the hook that easy. I'm not going to face the truth yet. I'm going to let her hold on to that for a little bit longer. Communicate with timing, tone, and empathy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't dump the whole dump truck on the person all at once. And then do it with empathy. That means you care. So hopefully the person, when you telling them, they'll want to care. You understand what I'm saying? If you just acting like you don't give two hells, then why should I give two hells?
But that's an area of my life that I had to work on. And me thinking that just being honest and blurting it out is the right thing to do. And I'm not thinking about the other person's feelings, okay, and how they're perceiving my actions, okay, and how they're looking at my temperament. You know what I mean? So now I have to be more conscious and mindful about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, and when I say it. Right?
And if you get rejected when you say something, then once again, that partner ain't the right partner for you.
Well, not always, because
give it to me, Al.
Here's the problem, and this is why I don't like the word expectation.
He loves this one.
When you have an expectation of another human being, and that expectation is not fulfilled, the first emotion that rears its ugly head is disappointment. And then from disappointment, if it festers, there comes anger. And then from anger, there might be a yelling and screaming match, and there might be some hatred and some things thrown and some physical things thrown, and you will never be able to get to where you need to get to in that relationship.
Caller, you're live on Behind the Enemy Lines. This is Gatekeeper. Got my brother Wiz, and you know we got the champion in the building, Big Al Williams. Who's this calling in?
Yo, it's the secret agent himself.
Yes, sir, secret agent. I'm glad you called in,
What's
baby.
going on, bro?
This is the pressure
Everything's
check
good,
time.
brother. Peace to everybody. Peace.
Yes, this is the pressure check time. So he felt it through the phone. He called in right on time.
Okay.
I hope you've been tuning in, secret agent, man. You hear what's going on around here?
Yeah, I've been hearing. I've been listening.
All right, so tell us what you think about what's going on. The mask, the secret, and how we get to alignment, man. How you feel about what's going on?
I'm saying, so here's the thing about that. There's a small window of understanding between the secrets because there's a truth and a lie to it. You dig what I'm saying? So you could be hiding some truth in your relationship that's a secret, but at the same time, that small window on the other party, they think you lying. They think you're holding something back. Because the truth hurts. Nobody want to hear the truth. Because in reality, the lies that we live in is the reality. The truth is what's bad. So sometimes people can't handle the truth and reality of what things are really going on. So people are going to keep them secrets forever, buried deep. And then when they find out, it's like, oh my God. Well, I can understand why. And maybe it ain't time for you to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? There's a time for everything. And maybe right now in that moment, ain't time for you to know the truth. So we got to keep it under wraps. We got to keep it a secret. We got to keep the closed mouths.
Amen.
So what happens if you've been holding this secret for 10 years? And like I said, I'm not talking about the relationships, sorry, Al, the relationships where it's still early and things are maturing. I want to talk about the matured relationships that have been together for a while. And then you go to the family reunion and Auntie Betty done had a couple too many. And she done tell you about the baby daddy that's in the background that's really the cousin. And you just found out.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. At that time, maybe it was time for it to come out. Because usually when stuff like that happens, you're at the moment where you want to tell it, but you don't know how to tell it, when to tell it, and say it and speak it out. So Auntie, she back there dipping in that juice. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was, you and Auntie had a little something You know how that little irritation going on prior to that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been months, years, or weeks. And today was the day.
Get your get back.
To get your lick back, and you know what
I'm saying? She messed around walking around with one of them jaws, my nigga.
Oh, okay, I know those.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or she got one of them real, not even a red cup, one of them gas station cups. You already know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? One of them gas station cups. You know what I'm saying? She fired up, and she been sitting down. Yeah, auntie back there. She toe up. And it'll be something that'll go down that will bring back all those little altercations you had, or uncle, whoever it was. And you're gonna say, yeah.
Look at
why don't you go hug your oldest son? Go hug your son, old son. Now, it might not hit everybody right away for those who are new to the family reunion. but those who have been there know what you talk about, and it's all about, come on, auntie, now stop playing, lay down. Nah, nigga, it gotta be said.
Whoa. Because right now,
nigga, no. You ain't gonna silence me. I've been holding on too long, nigga. No, it need to come out.
Wiz is over there praying next to the pastor right now.
Everybody's side-eyeing you right now.
Yo, Wiz is praying next to the pastor. I'm glad you ordained, because he go to the head.
Like, Father God, in the name of Jesus. Let your man serve right now. Protect him and cover.
But what I'm saying is, the thing about it, when you want to tell it, you can't tell it because maybe the time is very sensitive, and no one is really, and like I said, no one wants to take that truth. So you got to build a lie and live with it. And what happens is the lie becomes the truth, and it's a reality. But the thing about it, when you live a lie, you got to carry that shit with you, and that shit get heavy every day.
All right.
And what happens is Auntie, she loose.
Auntie loose. Nah,
Auntie loose, and what happens is, and the thing about it, the kid is living a good life.
Yeah, but
the kid needs to know the truth. He needs to know who his father is, because there's a lot of us that grow up here that never get a chance to meet our biological parents, man. And it's a rough life.
That's very true.
So we can't continue to go through this life with a lie that's going to affect somebody's life in the long run.
Okay, hold on for a minute. I'll read some of these comments. Hold on.
I mean, it's affecting it regardless of the fact, because it's the fact of, whatever happened. And here's the thing about that. The kid is probably had, because you done messed around with another family member.
Wow.
So it could have been it could be your son brother.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was just a scenario. It's not real.
It's real, because I've lived that life.
Draw a flag on that play.
No flags. We keep it alive. This is behind the enemy lines.
That's a real situation.
Hey, caller, we don't want to cut you off, but we need to read some of these comments.
Yeah,
all right?
we gonna say thank you.
It's all fine. Listen, I spoke what I had to speak, and I spoke some truth. So you know what? Let it rain.
Amen.
We appreciate you. Thank you for the pressure check.
Tug of War says many people rather live that social media life because they aren't mature enough to handle reality.
That's true.
Okay. Congratulations. Look at Big Cut. What's up, Neil? I see you, man. Blessings to you.
He said, "I'm smiling all the way."
Peace to the God.
Michael
Kane Green, what's up?
Michael Salter said, "Congratulations to Al. You all look like the three the hard way."
No, to the hard way.
Yeah, to the hard
that
way.
Cowboy fan over there, he can't come aboard.
Yeah, he's scared to death.
He's scared already.
He's scared to death over there. He's scared to death over there. Shandell Coleman said, "Wiz looking like he not going to be at the family reunion."
Oh boy.
Caller, you can hang up. We appreciate you, man. Get in the chat room, man. We appreciate you checking in on the pressure check. And if you guys ever want to be on the pressure check, just reach out to me, BHLFamily52@yahoo.com. You know what I'm saying? And just let me know. We don't gotta tell you who it is. Just be tuned in, all right?
Yo, gatekeeper, I'm gonna have to show up and for the next show, man.
I say less, man.
I gotta show up again, brother.
You more than welcome, man. You more than welcome.
Indeed.
I'm screaming.
Thank you, everyone. I see the congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Wiz said he's screening. What you screening for?
I'm screening at the next family reunion.
Yeah.
1 cup a minimum.
1 cup minimum.
But you know, it's crazy he said that because my grandmother and her sister had children by the same man. So they're siblings that are cousins and brothers and sisters at the same time.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Cousins.
It happens, man.
It happens. I've heard of scenarios like this.
But the good thing is the family didn't keep it a secret.
Yeah.
We all knew.
See, and that's why I think the alignment part comes in, because you might think that the secret is gonna damage you that much, but it might give y'all a stronger foundation to stand on to at one point. Like I said, the goal of Behind the Enemy Lines is to create longer lasting relationships. But we gotta have these type of conversations, because us guys, you see us 3 guys up here, 3 different age realms, but we all have similar interests in being successful at relationships. That means we have to bounce ideas off each other. Yeah, we talk about sports, but throughout the week when we reach out to each other, it can be about anything on God's green earth. That's
right.
That's what's gonna help us men become better men again. Can I say that?
Absolutely.
And that's what we're looking for. So when you're looking at the young generation with the ski masks and everybody want to drill and everybody want to slide, these are the type of conversations that's gonna change that.
But Gate, and you saying that not only is about the conversation, but it's about us being truly honest with one another when we have those conversations.
Yes.
And holding each other accountable.
Accountable. Crowd.live, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. We're going to get ready to play our artist that's on for this week. Okay, once again, it's Donnie Ross. Something for the Streets is the song. If you haven't checked out his album yet, you can find that everywhere on all the digital streaming platforms. It's called Good Eats Full Course Meal. We're going to get to that in a second. Once again, Chucky's Cut is what we do what, Wiz?
When we make strangers into family.
All right. Anybody?
I'm about that.
He been I never seen Wiz.
I ain't want to even say the family.
I never seen Wiz.
Wiz is
so
traumatized,
man. This is why you gotta talk about this. But this is where we on this independent segment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it might cost you a little bit, might cost you a lot. Don't worry about it. Reach out to us. Don't be afraid. We had the Battle Edition. We're gonna have that coming back up soon. Artists, you always talking about you got that fire. We the #1 show in the world, ladies and gentlemen. IAXIS Radio is the #1 station in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you not want to have your music displayed here?
And tell them about the segment you're going to have
Come
coming
on.
up on the radio station.
Yeah, we're going to, listen, the Better Green Entertainment Hour is coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. So why would you not want it? I don't understand. It must not be that good, Al. They know your ears is good. They know what you... Listen, it's been plenty of times when Al looked at me at the end of the show and said, yo, don't do this again. That's y'all, not me. That's y'all, not me. All right, don't blame me for the music. If you can't sing, he knows a vocal coach. Vocals by Jamel. If your beat ain't right, it ain't me. It's you, okay? But don't be afraid to send it in, because the people won't get the vote to keep or kill this track in a minute. But before we go to that, you made a good statement, and I don't think the people in the background heard that again, about expectations and how it leads to anger. Can you just touch on that one more time? Because expectation for me, I'm getting better at it. But how can you be in a relationship and have no expectation for your partner at all? I think that's where people are getting ruffled at.
So again, expectation works this way. Expectation is a word that is a bad word because it has emotion attached to it.
Emotion.
And when the expectations aren't met, the first emotion that comes is disappointment.
I'm tired of being disappointed, Al.
And from disappointment comes anger.
That's why I get angry.
From anger, all types of things in between can manifest or affect itself. And sometimes even hatred. People have been killed. Hold up. People have been killed over expectation. You hear me? But here's the difference. If you substitute that word with anticipation, right, then you'll have this joy when things happen. So if you anticipate that your wife's gonna buy you a brand new car, and when you get that brand new car, right, the joy is on your heart and in your spirit. Am I right?
In my heart.
There you go. But if you expect it and she don't give it to you, now you're disappointed.
I hope he wasn't expecting that ice. I just want to throw that out there. You know.
Al, don't play the music.
Wiz, don't call me later, man. Talk about you need somewhere to stay.
Keisha, like I said, I did not know this was gonna come out. I didn't know. We didn't plan for this. I sent him the topic. He didn't tell me not to say certain things. I apologize, but we got you, man.
No, you know what we're gonna do after the show? We're gonna have a meeting with Wiz.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get him right, Keith. Okay?
Yeah.
So when he comes home, he's gonna be a different person.
And we're gonna send him with 2 bags of ice because he might need it for his eye later. He gonna need it for his eye later on. So, ladies and gentlemen, man. It's Halloween time, but take off the mask in your relationship, all right? Let some of the secrets out. And don't gotta be all of them, but once again, I'm serious about that. Every year that y'all together, let out a little something. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me get caught up in the family reunion. And now I think that's probably why people don't have family reunions no more. You go to family reunion and find out everything you ain't know, boy. I should be well equipped when I go to the family reunion. You know what I mean? Tyler Perry shouldn't just be making 2 or 3 movies off of this. You know what I'm saying?
You know it's about to go down when you see a group of people over in the corner, right? And they talking. Every time you look over there, they put their head down. you know
what's going on, all right?
She looking at me.
So go to crowd.live right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna put the song up right now. We're gonna excuse Al for a minute while he throws on the tunes. And like I said, if you need to learn how to do this and you don't want to rewatch the video, I'm gonna give you the steps again, okay? To get alignment, because that's what you want to do. You want to have alignment with your partner, be in a line together, connected, right? Shout out to Davon again for keeping us moving. Small doses, all right? Don't give them everything all at once. Be patient and honest, all right? With yourself first, and then start telling your partner. So when things come out, you don't have to, not be able to deal with whatever comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, communicate with timing, tone, and empathy. All right, so if you say, hey, you know what, I did sleep with your sister, say it in a nice tone. You know what I'm saying?
No tone
have
you can say behind
empathy.
that.
Have empathy if she hits you with a broom or something like that. You know, don't just go outside and get with your friends and act like she's bugging. She's not bugging, okay? Give it some.
I'm like, how do you have? There's no empathy.
There's empathy. Sometimes you slip on signs that say wet. What that say? Careful while wet. Slippery while wet. You slipped.
Man, listen.
It was an accident. It happens. What? Have some accountability. We got to add accountability.
That's more than accountability.
Have some accountability.
That's Death Row.
All right. It's Death Row. Come on, Snoop Dogg. Even Snoop got off Death Row. Communicate with timing, tone, and empathy. Recognize when your partner isn't ready for the full truth. All right. But, just recognize it. Well, you got to let it out sometime. It might hurt. Recognize it. Al, we ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to get a code in a minute. I got to think straight because we got a lot going on here today. We got a lot going on. Crowd.live, ladies and gentlemen. The poll is up right now, okay? Donnie Ross is in the building, Yonkers zone, all right? For the streets, the code is B as in boy, 5 as in 5, G as in green, M as in money, A as in apple, okay? Go and vote to keep or kill this track and let us know what y'all think in the comments, all right? For the streets.
Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make your screens crack, lower the bass, add treble and increase that, keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make the screens crack, lower the bass, add treble and increase that, keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Blue Maybach, seats way back, cranberry and pink silk button up, suede shoes, gray slacks, sock rolls, felon rearrange that. In the jungle starving with some strange cats. Welcome to the cage match. Stage set, look out for the train wreck. I'm trying to buy a block or 2, monopolize the game next. Insane stress, knock it off. The biggest threats be cotton soft. Baddest chicks be hella shy. Stop acting like Yolanda Ross. Mentally there's no advantage. Out of my mind, solar planet. Building still close from damage. How the civilians supposed to manage? Loud mouths getting slapped around. I seen it open-handed. Alternator cracked without the facts. Hire the old mechanic. Trash lids kicked to the side. Can't stop the hunger. Breeze feels so much better without a docket number. Why yo, we all cut from the same cloth. Your word cap if it ain't direct from the main source. Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make the screens crack. Lower the bass, add treble and increase that. Keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make the screens crack. Lower the bass, add treble and increase that. Keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Deny visitation, must assess the situation. Don't get impatient or violate probation. If you don't like the message, I respect it, change stations. It's a different kind of cadence and style, so structured. Rocking back and forth, hoping your spleen don't rupture. Scream if you wanna, question is if you trust your folks. Claiming ride or die, but be a different story under oath. Someone spoke, keep your mouth closed if you duck and smoke. Cigarettes and lying to the people might stunt your growth. A dose of classic lines from a mastermind. If you in a hover round, it means you way past your prime. Pay attention to the traffic signs or get caught up. $1,000 roll, ace to the deuce, you gotta cough up. Money from your wallet, cash app or Venmo, either that or the extendo. Don't let it be your kinfolk. Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make the screens crack. Lower the bass, add treble and increase that. Keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed. Music for the streets, put your tops down, seat back, volume to the max, vibration make the screens crack. Lower the bass, add treble and increase that. Keep it in rotation, high speed till your ears bleed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Behind the Enemy Lines, IAXISRADIO, every other Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Make sure y'all tuning in. That's Donnie Ross from Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all vote to keep or kill that track. Me personally, I like the track. That's something that I just like the beat. I could really ride around with that on repeat. Like it's real smooth. I can see why it's for the streets, man. Shout out to Trey Line in the building, Dot Vieira. Always got love for the show. Vocals by Jamel, she gave that some alerts. She got 5 alerts on that, y'all. Y'all better go and check that out. I really could. And some fire. Shout out to DJ El Marie in the building. We got to have you back up too real soon. Probably next show, DJ El Marie, if you available, come up and co-host with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't afraid to have the ladies up here. You know what I'm saying? They was in the chat room going crazy. You know what I mean? But take off the mask. Give me the secrets so we can align in our relationship, Wiz. How you feel about that?
Well, yeah, you have to.
Huh?
You have to be aligned. You have to talk. You have to be honest with
Just tell a little bit about a little bit.
you. You know, I mean, when you start hiding stuff, it's like credit report. Like comes off. Like that.
He said credit report. You know what I'm saying? We need a relationship e-fax. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Relationship e-fax.
Because you started evaluations, and what's the thing you started tonight?
Yeah, but listen.
What's the thing
what are you
tonight?
hiding in love? Masks, secrets, and alignment. What are you hiding in love? Okay, and then we want to do an annual, yearly anniversary secret. You know what I'm saying? Like every year, give up a secret. All right. So this is gonna be my first secret. All right. Because I'm gonna give my first secret. All right. What's my first secret? It got to be a simple one.
I told my secret about the ice.
Was the
I'm good.
ice?
I'm all
Let
set.
me think about a secret. I don't have that many, but damn, a secret. It's good when you gotta think a while because you ain't got that many, but a secret.
He gonna be on the couch tonight.
I'm already on the couch. It's nothing new for me. But a 1 year secret. A secret about me. I don't know. I don't have that many that she don't know. I don't.
That's good. That's a good thing.
I really gotta think about that.
Your evaluation report is gonna be great.
Well, it is. I think that puts pressure on the relationship. When you have a good eval, sometimes you gotta get in trouble on purpose, so you can have a somewhat eval.
Is this evaluation gonna be good this month?
Yeah, I'm expecting a bonus. I'm expecting a bonus, a real good bonus. All right, a secret. Damn. What LOL? Nah, there's no nice way to say that. Say what? What did I say? A nice way to say what? I forgot what I said. A secret about me. Okay. No, that's not really a secret. That's just an odd thing about me. I never finish pizza without eating the crust.
What?
I never finish pizza without eating the crust.
It was.
That's a secret. That's a secret. So you might be if you're in the pizza parlor with me, and then I start eating. I know you. If I turn around the pizza, what? I know. I said you.
Hey, but it's just something that you don't know. I'm just saying.
I never stole from her. Of course I lied, but that's a long time ago.
I would have had a secret this week, though.
You saw your phone ringing and you didn't answer it because you didn't want to hear my complaint.
Yeah, her
well, that is true. That is true. That is true. That's not a secret, but when? When? It wasn't earlier.
So let me tell you. But my daughters ratted me out.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the game. I was playing college football, and I spilled the juice on the carpet. So I tried to get it up before she got home and sprayed it. Then my daughter was like, "You want to tell Keisha that you spilled the juice on the carpet?" I'm like,
"Oh, that's dirty. Don't give them up. Don't give them up. Don't give them up. Don't give them up."
I'm saying they snitches.
They are snitches. Well, I will say, but she does it to me too, so I don't feel like this is really a secret. You know, I don't feel like this is really a secret. But since we've been together a long time, I'll give a secret, right? I'll keep money knowing that she already got money. So, like, she likes to play numbers, right? So she'll hit, and I never know when she hit. And I know those people be hitting. I know they be getting money. I know you can't play every day and lose every day. And when you win, you know, they don't come in and slide you nothing, you know, put nothing in your pocket. So whenever I get a little bit of money, I don't give you none either. How about that one? How about that one? Yeah, you think you know. You think you know, but you don't know. When I get a little bit of money in, you don't be knowing. Because I be gambling on the low. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, there goes a secret. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I just be out spending money. And she just be thinking, oh, he got money. Nah, I won some today. You don't know about it.
Sometimes I get Chick-fil-A without her.
I'm not making up a lie. That is a lie. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's true. Sometimes you got to keep a couple dollars to the side. Don't let them know about it. You know what I'm saying?
What about getting food without her?
You know what? I don't know for some reason. You know what? I could tell that too. Like yesterday, I was in the store about to buy food, and I'm like, I shouldn't buy her nothing. I shouldn't buy her nothing. You don't never buy me nothing. But I always come back with something for her. I don't know what's wrong with me. I called her this time because every time I bring back the food, it gets left in the refrigerator. And this is how you become 300 pounds. Because when you spend a certain type of money, I told you, I came from the pork in the can era, the cheese in the... I'm standing on the free lunch line. You know what I'm saying? Shopping cart. Yeah, we used to line up and go to shopping cart, go to a spot. I am not spending $60 on a plate of food and watching it go to waste. That's why I be me and the two dogs now. It used to be me, 2 dogs, and a cat. Now it's just me and the 2 dogs. We're in the refrigerator like, yeah, she ain't gonna eat that. And they like, yeah, you might as well just give us some too. So that's what's happening.
What's the expiration date you give her?
No, the expiration date, I give her 24 hours.
No, 30 minutes.
24 hours. Actually, that's how I thought I broke my tooth. Because I had bought some cookies one day for her, right? I bought these cookies because she liked cookies, chocolate chip cookies and all that. And I even said that this morning too. I'm like, see, that's your problem. Cookies all in the bed. You know the cookies. I go buy these cookies, right? So, and I bought the cookies out of the expensive place. See, you don't want me giving up the secrets. I start giving it up. It's like therapy. So I done bought this, because we was on like a 5-hour drive or whatever, right? So I done buy these stinking cookies, done spent like real money on them, and then she done just throw them to the side of the refrigerator. So I opened up at 3 o'clock in the morning, they were still there. 7 o'clock in the morning, they still there. 8 o'clock, so I was like, you know what? They gonna go to waste. And I went and bit into the cookie, and I thought my damn tooth came out. I thought my tooth came out. Because if somebody in my house then turned the refrigerator on freeze, and the goddamn cookie was in there like a brick. Cookie was in there like a... and then, you know, I was having big boy syndrome for a minute. Yeah, we just random ranting right now. We're about to say goodbye to the show, so I'm just random ranting right now. All right, You know how you a big boy, you spending money, and that chocolate chip cookie was calling me too. It was like, you know you want me, and I was like, yeah, I do want you. You know
want me. You know
and I went in that goddamn refrigerator. Man, I came out of the shower screaming, my tooth is gone.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, ain't no tooth broke, y'all. That's a whole nother story for another time, man. Behind the Enemy Lines, every other Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. This is my partner in crime.
What up? This is Wiz.
Shout out to Al for bringing home the award. You know what I'm saying?
That's
IAXIS
right.
Radio, the future of everything internet radio and beyond. Make sure y'all stay in tune.
And get the app.
Get the app right now. It's live. Go download it. Shout out to all the shows that's on IAXIS Radio. Shout out to our sponsors, Voice to Life T, Metal Mastermind. And if you want to be a sponsor, reach out to us. We got a small package, big package, wide package, large package, whatever. We can work something out, all right? Just reach out to us. Find me at Gatekeeper718 on everything. You know what I'm saying? Except for Facebook, it's Tyrone Green. Wiz, where can they find you?
Wiz on Facebook, Mr. Wiz 24/8.
All right. If you're interested in being on Behind the Enemy Lines, BHLFamily52@yahoo.com. Reach out to us. We can get you on the show. If you want to be a co-host, we can do that. Shout out to Davon and Megabytes for being in the building today. Make sure y'all go check them out on Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. If you got music you want to bring out, you can find us. If you want to come up to be a co-host, we can make that happen. If you got a project that's coming out, if you got something that you want to promote, shout out to Kaya in the building. You say you love the show.
What up, Kaya?
Make sure y'all do that. Reach out to us. We're here for all type of events. We're going to have a lot coming up in the future. We're on our way to 100, which is going to be a milestone. Episode 96 is officially in the books right now. We're about to sign off. Shout out to the Mentors. It's an all males group that me and my brothers are putting together. We had our second event, third event coming soon. Make sure you go to the Mentors, the Mentors 1 on Instagram. You can see what we got coming up. Cancer awareness, get out, support somebody. Educate someone that needs education on all types of cancer. Cancers in many different forms, shapes, fashions. It's breast cancer awareness, but be aware of your health, period. Go get checked as soon as you can for whatever you need checking for, and just have a couple more healthy meals every now and then, all right? So support, educate, and uplift someone, all right? Celebrate someone that you know that has beat cancer or still fighting cancer because they need that. Takaja walking in the breast cancer awareness walk tomorrow with a step team, beautiful, active, motivated sisters, and you can find them on Instagram, I believe, as well, and on TikTok. Congratulations to Takaja and Takaja's Takes and everything they doing. Did we miss anything, Wiz?
Nah,
all
we good.
Let's go Giants this Sunday. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. All you Giants fans that are jumping out the window about Jackson Dart, I ain't doing it yet. I will not give my report card on the quarterback situation until I see Shedeur Sanders play, and I know that we did not get the best quarterback for the job. Shout out to Dot Vieira. Make sure y'all go and check out her new single as well and her new merch that she got out, Dot Vieira, on all platforms. Go and check out. We thank you again, Al, for all you do at IAXIS Radio. Tommy Hayes says, I really enjoyed my evening listening to the show today. We appreciate you. We hope you become a fan of the show. Always, Tammy. Dot Vieira said, neutral lip gloss. All right, go get that lip gloss. You know what I'm saying? So when you're telling your lies, your lips can look pretty. Al, we appreciate you. And producer B said you could dot that. We'll see y'all in about a week or so, man.
Yes.
Peace.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. Knowing, girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes.
best way to tell you I love you without falling flat. More flowers and cards, you got a ton of that. More trips off the coast, maybe with a toast. You see I'm putting in time, really need to vote. Head full of these words, only one to quote. I choose you over the gold, that's an end quote. What I don't say, I attempt to show. On a journey through night, I'm guided by your glow. So blessed when you check yes over no. Have a question how I'm feeling, ain't no letting go. Center of my world, you a living pearl. Say it to the world like I do to you. When I can't find the words, it be getting tough. You put a hold on the time when I get a touch. Get your mind out the gutter, I don't mean that. On this page I write facts and I know that.
Since I told you I love you, and it's been a while since I made up for all the times I did you wrong. You know I get so busy, and you sticking with me is something that I don't wanna forget. No, and girl, I'm gonna show you how much I love you, how much I need you. I want you to know that I appreciate you sometimes. I don't know how to say it, girl.
Most of the time I'm too focused on the grind to even let our home problems cross my mind. I knew I should've took a step back from my rhymes, but I thought dollar signs and half-naked dimes. That really was vibes, it never was true. I don't even know how I